July 4th weekend in Las Vegas, and tonight presented by the Castro Verde Law Group. It's the Tampa Bay Rowdies visiting Las Vegas Lights FC from Cashman Fields. Good evening, I'm Matt Peterson with the former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. Andrew, two teams in different form tonight. For Las Vegas, first time home in 3 weeks, trying for their second win of the season, and Tampa Bay red hot, 9 games unbeaten.
Yeah, it couldn't be a more difficult challenge for the Vegas coming home. A tough away stretch of results. Coming home, hopefully we'll give them a bit of a spurt against a very, very hot Tampa Bay team that is firing on all cylinders right now.
Goals have been a problem for Las Vegas Lights this season. They'll hope for a few tonight from Eric Cubo Torres. The former Mexico international has twice scored this season, and he's had a lot of opportunity up front.
Yeah, it's been a fairly struggle of a season, hasn't it? Not many goals for the Lights. You see there, that's what he's good at. The winning goal over there against Phoenix, peeling off the defender's shoulder and being in the right spot that you'd expect your number 9 striker to be. But the service hasn't been there all season for the Lights, and that's why he's struggled to get more than just a 2.
Meanwhile, Tampa Bay Rowdies, goals not a problem. 3 of their starters tonight combined to score 35 goals last season. 11 of those came from Kyle Jennings, who returns back to Las Vegas for the first time against his former team tonight.
Oh, we've seen him so many times, haven't we? He's got athleticism, he's fast, he knows where the goal is, and you see there just a right spot at the right time as a striker, running off the defender again and finishing with aplomb. But if Kyle gets going, he can score, and he can torment you all night. He'll turn and he'll run at you.
He came off the bench to score twice last week. He starts tonight for Tampa Bay. It's Las Vegas and Tampa. Tampa trying to go to 10 straight without defeat. Las Vegas looking to pull the upset. Lineups and kickoff from Las Vegas after the break.
Attention local sports fans and business owners. Las Vegas Lights Pro Soccer is offering an amazing flat rate bulk ticket offer for local businesses. Regardless of the total number of employees you have, everyone and a guest can attend Lights FC matches for one super low flat rate. Only $1,799 for the season or $399 for individual games. That's the best value in Vegas sports. Visit lightsfc.com/business package to learn more. Viva Lights!
As a Great Clips salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
We know life gets hectic. Work, kids, sports. Who could expect you to remember ice for the barbecue, diapers for the baby, or maybe it's food for the dog? Can't get to Terribles? Get Terribles to you. With all the essential items you need, complete with contactless delivery right to your doorstep. And ordering couldn't be easier with the free Terribles Social House app or online at terribleherbs.com. You got this. Can't get to Terribles? Get Terribles to you.
Castro Verde Law Group, where they treat you like family. By Silver State Schools Credit Union. And by Subaru of Las Vegas. Beautiful night, over 100 degrees in Las Vegas. The smoke is flying behind the goal. Tampa Bay Rowdies last arrived in 2021. They clinched the regular season title on this ground 2 years ago. Here is the lineup for Isidro Sanchez in his first season as they try for their first home win of the year. Ledesma up front, Diaz is the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the biggest threat so far for the Lights this season has probably been Sabota Tecker out on the right-hand side. They'll rely on him heavily tonight to be the creative spark as we know, not many goals have been scored by them.
For Tampa Bay Rowdies, 6th-year head coach Neil Collins, they talked about staying focused. They've been hurt by injuries, but they still have a lot of attacking quality. 35 combined goals last season between LaCava, Williams, and the former Las Vegas Light attacker, Cal Jennings.
Yeah, and I think Jennings tonight will be looking to come here and to make his mark. He had a good couple of seasons for the Lights, and he'll see some familiar faces tonight, and he'll be looking to get back on that score sheet.
One important piece remains out for them. Lewis Hilton is out, and Leo Fernandez, of course, out for the season with an Achilles injury, one of their best attackers last season. Corbin May is our referee tonight. Las Vegas Lights wearing jerseys honoring the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. Underway from Cashman Field, the visitors from Tampa Bay and White. Las Vegas honoring the Stanley Cup champs, the Golden Knight uniforms. And what are you watching for early on, Andrew Driver?
Well, the Lights have to start quickly, don't they? Tampa Bay on fire right now. They're going to have so much confidence. The Lights really need to put them under pressure and make sure the Rowdies know that this isn't going to be an easy game. They're going to have to be in a game today to get all 3 points out of Las Vegas.
And Tampa Bay just rolling, unbeaten in their last 9. 7 wins and 2 draws. The club record is within reach, 13 games unbeaten. They did it twice under Neil Collins. Last year they did it, and also to start 2019. Now Vegas, lone win this season came at Phoenix. They're looking for their first home win. Had 3 games in 8 days at home in May, 1 game in the month of June. But this starts a real home-heavy portion of the season. This might be the time when they can turn it around. 7 of their next 8, including tonight at Cashman Field.
Yeah, this is the time of the season they're going to have to start performing. Unfortunately, it's the most difficult time to come to Vegas. There's going to be a lot of heat around. There's going to be some difficult games, but if the Lights are going to reignite their season, they're going to have to find grit from somewhere.
An early break up this right side, but it's out for a goal kick. Heavy touch to Mortadaka Preston. And a man down for Las Vegas. Luke Stauffer walks over to check on him. Forrest Lasso, the 30-year-old from Raleigh, North Carolina, having a conversation with the referee. Shot to the neck of Ledesma.
Yeah, that was a strong challenge earlier. Often see that defenders trying to make their mark on the striker, let them know they're in a game. I think that one might be a little bit on the naughty side, wasn't it? Elbow to the ear for Ledesma. Luckily he's got up and he's okay.
Nearly a turnover there forced by Las Vegas with the high pressure. We'll see if we have more of that tonight from Isidro. And now the keys to the game from Andrew Driver. And they are presented by Finlay Chevy.
Yeah, for Las Vegas, obviously score first. They've not won this season when they haven't. Fireworks on the field with 4th of July. They need to start, they need to entertain the crowd. We need to see goals. We need to see the opportunities. And then obviously for Tampa Bay, we know they're red hot. They're coming to this game with bags of confidence. And Cal Jennings, well, how often do you see guys come back against their old team and score a goal? So he'll be hoping to do the same tonight.
102 degrees at kickoff in Las Vegas. And the stat you mentioned, Las Vegas 0-7 this year when they concede the game's first goal.
Everyone knows that when you go behind it's difficult, but especially when you don't score as many goals as Las Vegas do. I think they've only scored twice in the game, twice this season. So you put yourself in the right hole if you go behind. So a fast start for Las Vegas is important.
Jarrito's corner kick. Here for Las Vegas Lights, inside 4 minutes, it will be Ledesma to deliver. Manuel Ledesma's corner headed straight in the air and back towards the corner flag. Another corner kick coming for the Argentine. The last played in Chile. Athletic Cup, Barnechea. Previously with Middlesbrough, New York Cosmos, FC Cincinnati, and Indy 11. His corner kick is headed clear.
You worry for the Lights tonight with Ledesma being the figurehead up front. Are they going to be able to get any runs in behind? Are they going to have anyone to stretch the Tampa Bay Rowdies defense? Tabor Teteca's the man who has the most athletic ability to test defenses, but if he's out on the right-hand side, will the Lights be able to create anything?
Would you suspect Ledesma's more in a false nine role?
Yeah, I would expect him to come a little bit deeper here to try and find some space, because we know pace isn't one of his strong points, and you need to stretch teams. You need to give the defenders the worry that someone's going to go in behind them.
He is the most advanced player sitting in front of Carlton. And Tabor Teteca Preston. Calm build up here from Tampa Bay Rowdies. A 4-2 win against Loudoun United last week. And this team with so much recent success. Again, they clinched the regular season title in 2021 on this very ground in October. Hosted USL Championship final, lost a shock upset at home to Orange County. But this is a really good team built year after year under Neil Collins. A little layoff there, edge of the box. Good defending in the end. Pinching back was Justin Ingram.
Yeah, it's a good team, Tampa Bay. The kind of like Phoenix have been over the years, the two of the squads where they build for success. And you go through this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. They've had players who have been in the MLS, in and around MLS, and played games in the MLS. So bags of ability, and they've showed that in their results this season.
Injury report presented by Dignity Health Physical Therapy. None reported for Las Vegas. Leo Fernandez, big miss. Great player last season for Tampa Bay. Hilton, we mentioned, is still out. And Harivu, Schrader as well. But the depth is very impressive. And Cal Jennings, 11 goals last year, a veteran of this league, multiple 10-goal seasons. And he has come off the bench multiple times before tonight. He's a starter. The cross from the right. Was hopeful for a runner from Preston, but it never came.
That's your issue for Preston now. He's got the pace on the right-hand side, but when you have Ledesma as the lone striker, he won't have that instinct that a number 9 usually has. Ledesma, we're used to seeing him playing a little bit deeper, isn't going to make those striker runs that Preston was looking for in that situation.
Yeah, Ledesma there to occupy the center backs and fight the wingers in behind. But Tampa Bay looks a little bit rattled away from home, trying to settle in this game. And we heard all week from Coach Collins and the veteran players like Cal Jennings, stay focused. Anything could happen in Vegas. A lot of things going on in the stadium. Have to control what you can.
Yeah, they've had a long road run as well. So I think maybe the third in the last 4 away from home. So that takes it out of the legs for Tampa Bay. Maybe they'll be on the tail end of that and feeling it a little bit. So that's why we mentioned Vegas have to start strong, and they need to really put this Tampa Bay Rowdies under pressure, see if they have anything left in the legs.
They won at Loudoun United last week 4-2, a draw at El Paso the weekend prior. 2 home wins and draws in a 3-match homestand. Carlton bending it. It's beyond Ledesma. Settled on that left side. A clip back in the mix and headed out. Eric Oteng with the delivery there, hoping to find Preston.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen him on the ball. Oteng coming down the left-hand side. Decent little touch and a hopeful cross. Just again, no figurehead up there. So trying to attack those crosses.
Ledesma call for the foul as he makes contact with Charlie Dennis. He's one of the newcomers. They continue to reload the squad. Last year with Oakland roots, 4 goals, 34 appearances. Seeing a lot of pressure here from Las Vegas. It's turned into a turnover here. Preston, first time delivery, it's a good one, but a heavy touch there from Carlton.
A perfect cross from Preston, wasn't it? Right on the foot of Carlton. He's tried to take it on his left-hand side, and the touch just got away from him. But you see in here early, Tampa Bay are adamant they want to play out from the back, and over the years we've seen that it can be pretty difficult at Cashman to play from the back. If the team presses well, they'll win the ball, like you've just witnessed there. The Lights win the ball back in a good area. We often see teams come to Cashman and decide to play a little bit more direct because they put themselves under pressure early.
Charlie Dennis committed the foul. It's re-won by Tampa Bay. A long diagonal ball is out of play. Neil Collins in his 6th season. Goals from multiple places. J.J. Williams, leading scorer. Tied with Charlie Dennis on 6 goals. Jennings with 4 goals. Jake LaCava just came back. He had 12 goals last season. Signed with Inter Miami. Played mostly with Inter Miami 2 this year. And he rejoined on loan with Tampa Bay June 9th. But he has been productive in his return. 2 goals and an assist in only 3 games. So no Leo Fernandez, no problem so far. Unbeaten in 9 with 7 wins. And taking a total of 23 out of 27 points on offer in the last 9. Tampa Bay routed Las Vegas last year, Al Lang Stadium, a 6-1 win for Tampa Bay. In September, the offside flag is up.
Just absolute boots from Diaz there from the goalkeeper, wasn't he? That's not even bounced until it's nearly on the 18-yard box. I'm not sure why the linesman played the offside. It wasn't as if any of the Vegas strikers were anywhere in the vicinity. You usually see those just get play on.
Neil Collins, what do you think he's asking of his troops?
I don't think he's asking much. I think he's telling. I think it's been a sloppy start. You can see there that's the old Scottish sign for you need to get stuck in. I think his team, haven't started very well, and I think he's just putting a few rockets out there to say, you need to do better. You need to get up. You need to be up with the play. You need to be aggressive. And this Rowdies team maybe just expecting to come to Vegas and win easily, which we know you just can't do.
Maybe telling the players, I'm not going to sweat more on the bench than you are inside the white lines. There's the restart.
I think
and a free kick is given.
I think it was that, but in more colourful terms.
Yes.
Especially with him knowing he's from the west coast of Scotland. I think his language could have a few expletives in there.
And there is Isidro Sanchez back with Las Vegas as the assistant coach and interim head coach. First individual to be a head coach for the 2nd division clubs in both Mexico and the U.S. There was a lot of praise from Neil Collins about Las Vegas. He says they have a lot of experience, a lot of talent, a former MVP in Manuel Ledesma. In the USL Championship, Andrew Carlton, a really talented player. 2 really tough, tight road games against Louisville and El Paso that they didn't deserve to lose. Just shows how tough they are. There's Carlton whistling one over the crossbar from about 25 yards away.
It's a bit of a different look for Carlton. They put him into that number 10 position. Often at home so far this season, they've shoved him out on the left wing. In this occasion, in the number 10, he's gotten the ball a couple of times. A nice little turn there and a strike. Maybe it's an effort from Coach Sanchez to get him in the game a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit isolated out on the left-hand side, and we know the abilities Carlton has.
Leo Diaz rolls it out. His 15th start, 2 clean sheets. He saved 3 penalties. From Lanús, Argentina, he's on loan from River Plate. Las Vegas have lost 4 in a row. Last time out, 1-0 at Louisville City. Last weekend, before that, a 2-0 defeat at Colorado Springs, and a narrow 2-1 loss at El Paso. Last time they were home, June 10th, they lost to Monterey Bay 2-1. Here's a break up this right side, and that's a beautiful goal in his return to Las Vegas. No celebration for Cal Jennings as he finds the roof of the net. A slow start, an earful from head coach Neil Collins, and a response from Cal Jennings to give Tampa Bay the lead.
First thing first, what an absolute finish from Carl Jennings. His pace and his power, what we saw so many times for Vegas over the last 2 seasons, that was all on show there. And what a finish with the outside of his foot. But how can the Vegas defense allow a long throw over the top like that? No cover, Jennings just using his pace, didn't need any skill, used his power, but what a finish. Absolutely smashed it into the top corner, and this is pure quality. Outside of the boot, into the top bin. Don't take it away from Carl Jennings. What a finish, but it's a simple long throw down the line, and Tampa Bay have got a goal from it.
What a return for Carl Jennings, and now he's forced a turnover here. Jennings, 5 goals in 15 appearances. And there's a second ball that's fallen here. It's back for J.J. Williams. And it is a goal kick. Tampa Bay was hoping for a corner kick.
That's what you just love seeing that from Carl Jennings when he was at Vegas. He's pacing behind. He's got such strength when he does it. On this occasion, Las Vegas just didn't have any answer for it.
And Carl Jennings, 11 goals in each of his seasons with Las Vegas. Last 2 years, Vegas, an affiliate of LAFC. 11 goals twice. It's a very, very good attacking group for Tampa Bay. So tough decisions for Neil Collins. Last week he came off the bench. He starts here, and now 2 goals in the second half at Loudoun United. He's opened the scoring inside the first quarter hour here.
And putting a striker onto the bench does a lot more than just even a rest. A lot of people say, oh, maybe he's getting rested. He'll put a fire under the belly. Someone like Carl Jennings will be expecting to play, and he came off the bench. I think he scored a couple of goals last week. It was maybe him saying to the coach, you know what, don't drop me again. This is what I can do. Coach has obviously put a fire under his belly. He's a return of 3 goals in 2 games.
He had 9 goals with Memphis in 2020. This is a player that has had 9+ goals in each of the last 3 seasons, and now on pace to hit that 9-goal mark and then some with Tampa Bay. And now the stat comes back for Las Vegas, unfortunately for them. 0-7 when conceding first this season. Silence deafening from Andrew Driver. Here's a free kick for Las Vegas Lights. Corner kick is flicked on and just past the far post. Oh, it was a hopeful glance there from Connor Sparrow, the goalkeeper, hoping it was past the far upper corner.
Oh, it was nearly a perfect header, wasn't it? But it's all about the delivery. Great ball in with pace from Ledesma. That could easily have come off the Rowdies defender, if I'm being honest. But to go back to your question before on the silence, not winning when you've not scored in the first 7, you can't let in easy goals, and the defending there from Las Vegas was really poor.
That was Bushy with the opportunity. He's been excellent this season. Last season played with Yarrow in Finland. But it's a team that doesn't have much margin for error. If we're being honest, Andrew, they've played a lot of close games. They've had a lot of 1-goal defeats, 1-0, 1-1 draws. They're not a team built to come from behind and win a high-scoring game.
No, we know the firepower isn't really there, isn't it? Or we haven't seen it yet from the Lights. So yeah, you need to keep it defensively, and that's what they did so well early in the season. They went on the road and was a strong team, and was hard to break down and got some results. But yeah, you've got to give yourself a chance. You've got to get yourself through the first 20 minutes of a game.
Some contact there. That was a beautiful first touch from Ledesma. It's going to go out for a corner kick. Wonderful switch that time from Stauffer. And you saw the class of Manny Ledesma with that settling touch on the edge of the box.
Yeah, that is the quality that Ledesma does have. His touch is still there, and he has plenty of ability, as you saw with the free kick. I think this time he could be given a free kick. If anything, that's one of those that if it's in the halfway line, you're probably going to get a free kick. But because it was close to a penalty, the referee maybe made the easy decision, gave a corner.
And Connor Antley was very loud in his displeasure. He was basically calling for a dive there on Ledesma, but there was contact.
It most certainly wasn't a dive. I think as a defender, sometimes you try and overplay the dive so to put the doubt in the referee's mind.
Ledesma now from this corner kick. It's presented by Jaritos. Good delivery, but it bounces in front of Carlton. And then Stauffer tries his luck. Does not come off. He was the leading goal scorer for some time. He's tied for the team lead. 2 goals, 3 assists, and you see the driven goal kick there. Look at the goalkeeping, Leo Diaz off his line. He had to get there.
Oh, so I wasn't expecting to see him on the other end of the long ball.
He got there before Cal Jennings. And a goal kick for Diaz, sweeper keeper, the 23-year-old from Argentina. That's a good reading of the game and staying switched on at every moment.
What they call it, the Manuel Neuer position nowadays,
Yes.
don't they? The sweeper keeper. But Leo Diaz, with all Vegas' faults, he's been outstanding so far this season.
Here's Oteng, deflected cross. It rolls behind Carlton. I think Carlton thought he had a teammate there, but he could have settled that.
Yeah, it was well within his reach, wasn't it? And a touch onto his left foot as well, his stronger side. Bit strange that Carlton left it.
But there are bright sides from Las Vegas Lights. They're finding that big switching ball. They're finding an isolated Eric Oteng on that left wing, and they're creating chances. And Ledesma pressuring here. Isidro is frustrated. He just picked up a yellow card or dissent. He was asking for a penalty for Ledesma after the challenge we saw from Connor Antley. His team, he wants them to get forward as quickly as possible. They don't need to tiki-taka up the field. This is kind of soccer they want to play. They want to get to their goal scorers as soon as possible, a very direct style of play.
Yeah, it is at Cashman it can be effective as well because the pitch is fairly small. You're not going to get caught in dangerous areas in possession. Like we mentioned earlier, Tampa Bay nearly did early in the game by trying to play out from the back. The issue the Lights have at times though is you bypass the midfield and then it's difficult to get the ball to Preston on the right hand side. You kind of need to get the ball to the striker's feet and then play mid passes from deep for Preston to run onto. When you play this long ball, he bypasses the game.
Turnover in midfield. Tampa Bay leading, a goal from Cal Jennings. 2 last week off the bench in the second half against Loudoun United. He's added another. He has 5 on the season. In his 15th game, his 9th start with his new team. Free kick. One by Eric Oteng. He's from Ghana, played at the Right to Dream Academy. Last 2 seasons in Finland with Ilves. He scored 5 goals over those 2 years. Still a good age, only 21. He has 1 assist on the year. It's his 8th appearance for Las Vegas. And now Ledesma, I believe he's asking for a full 10 yards. And Cal Jennings. Over Jennings nonetheless. It's a good delivery and it's swept out for a Las Vegas throw-in.
He does put a wicked ball in there with his left foot. It's right in behind the defence. Difficult for defenders when they're running back to their own goal.
Toronto with the throw-in, 25-year-old from Venezuela. Las Vegas building up this right side. Luke Stauffer. DeBoert's attack to Preston. Little 1-2 with Stauffer, that's nice. Preston crossing, and it's swept out for a corner kick.
That right there is why Vegas need to get Preston on the ball. Simple 1-2, but his pace is dangerous, and he actually puts a really good ball into the box again. This time driven, difficult for the Rowdies to clear, but he can make something happen from nothing. And even with the Vegas' struggles this season, I think Preston has been very impressive.
Justin Ingram to take the corner, 24-year-old from Indianapolis. He has 1 assist on the season. Here it comes. Headed out, looked like that was Jennings rising to head away. There's another cross, a free header and a good save. Second chance, stabbed in. Is the flag down? It is a tying goal from Timothy Zali. A big 6'4" Swiss center back on loan from New Mexico. He's leveled the score.
All about Andrew Carlton, wasn't it? Balls fell to him on the edge of the box. Carlton had so much to do. He's had so much to do, but what a nice little Cruyff, but what a delivery in with the right-hand side, right into the position for Zali. Good save in the initially from the goalkeeper, but then straight to his feet, and he's finished it simply in the end. And pretty poor defending from the Rowdies, not following runners, expecting the offside, but really good character from the lights. We haven't seen this often this year. They've come back into the game, and they've actually probably been the better team.
First goal for Zali, celebrating with his teammates. They joined May 4th on loan from New Mexico United. Experience in the Swiss second division. It's a big goal for Las Vegas. They're knocking on the door, and now they break through. Really good initial save from Connor Sparrow, the goalkeeper, but nobody there to clean it up in front of him.
Yeah, it all came from the delivery from Carlton, didn't it? Really good composure from him in the left wing area, cut back inside, a nice little ball into the box, and unfortunate for the goalkeeper, wasn't it? But where was his defenders? Zali had time to have the first shot, and there was still no defenders around him to pick up the rebound. And there's got to be a confidence boost for the Lights.
There's another delivery. Playing through the billows of smoke inside the penalty area. It's Otang. There's a cross from the left through the smoke, and out for a goal kick. That's what they talk about anything can happen in Las Vegas.
Take a look over to section 4, row C, where my man Cash is with some giant credit cards. We have 4 lucky fans in the house who have the best seats in the house, presented by America First Credit Union. Let's hear for our fans for the best seats.
Sparrow trying to play out of the back. Another first-year player on this Rowdy team. Previous 2 seasons with Miami FC. A well-traveled Sparrow. A migration year after year. That's for you, Andrew Driver.
It's painful, Matt. It really is. And I know you've been desperate to say that for days, haven't you?
A little birdie told me that one too many puns can increase the blood pressure for one Andrew Driver as we see this challenge.
No, not much in that.
That looks pretty clean to me.
Yeah, I think Tabor Teka jumped straight in the air. The defender was coming towards him, just went down fairly easily. Bit of a soft decision from the referee.
All the way back to Leo Diaz. Busy off his line tonight. And we talked about his debut. Great story. 4th choice goalkeeper at River Plate. 5th choice goalkeeper. The first 4 all tested positive for COVID back in May of 21, forcing him to start for River Plate against Boca Juniors in the Super Classico. Made several saves. The game went to extra time. Had a penalty save, but River ended up losing 4-2 on penalties. Next man up. There was 4 ahead of him, but he got a chance to play. Preston's cross is clear. Top of the box. Carlton cannot keep it down. It bounced on him slightly, and he smashes it through the smoke.
Yeah, Feltham, he's actually got some really good positions so far, Carlton. Again, pressing down the right-hand side, pace and power. Another good ball into the box. Real poor clearance. The touch was okay, but he's just never settled, Carlton. He never had that. He never got his body over the ball. Never looked comfortable when it comes to the strike. And that's been a couple where he's just played over the bar. And there again, the Rowdies trying to play out from the back, putting themselves under all sorts of pressure.
Freddie Kleeman had the prior poor clearance, and it's again this modern soccer we love. We love the technical play. We love teams trying to play, but sometimes I think players just overthink it. 10 years ago, that ball into Kleeman is a simple clearance wide, and he tries to play to a midfielder inside his own box that leads to a chance. Here's another cross from the left.
Yeah, it's like, especially when you're under a little bit of pressure like the Rowdies are right now.
There's a long distance hit and it sails past the crossbar.
Yeah, the Rowdies not doing themselves any favour, playing out from the back when you're under pressure. Sometimes you've just got to say, hey, we're under the cosh a little bit here, just play the ball long, relieve the pressure. But another good strike from the Lights. That's not far away and that's travelling. If that's on target, it has a chance. And real positive play from the Lights. They've really, we were worried for them when they went one down. It's had the opposite effect. The Lights have been the much better team since Tampa Bay took the lead.
Tampa Bay 2 wins and a draw and 3 times scoring first away from it. There's a good ball and a great block sliding in just at the last moment. Great build up. The cross came from J.J. Williams.
But where did that attack come from? It came again from a one throw over the top. Like, the defensive rules is if the ball beats the first defender, you always have the covering defender on the back. And you've gone from one throw to almost scoring a goal in 2 occasions.
Half hour, and here's the corner kick into a crowd. Diaz had to be brave there with the man lingering over his shoulder. That's a new definition for shoulder surfing.
Yeah, Williams got right down to the byline, and great tackle, real good tackle from the Lights to prevent the strike, but it was just so simple getting into that position. It was Mitrano who had the last-ditch effort.
Here comes Ehrman. 27-year-old from New Jersey, 2nd year with Tampa. Before that, 4 years with Charlotte. Armin delivers from the corner. And a good challenge in the air, glancing header away. Jennings a good touch. Long switch of field over hit. So what do you make 31 minutes into this match?
I think the Lights will be the happier team. Well, 100% will be the happier team. I think they played well. They're disappointed. I've criticised them heavily for simple balls over the top, just simple throw-ins creating havoc. But other than that, the team play has been very good. But that is the fine margins that you play with at this level. You can have a really good performance, but a couple of lapses in concentration and you can be punished. The small things in football make all the difference. But other than that, they'll be very positive with how well they've played.
Well, we do have your favorite stat, Andrew Driver, expected goals, the old XG. 1.33 for Las Vegas so far, 0.33 for Tampa Bay.
That means absolutely nothing to me, Matt. What does it say?
Well, it backs up your point that maybe Las Vegas have been the better team so far. 7 shots for Vegas, 2 for Tampa Bay, 2 on target for the home side, 1 for the visitors.
Without doubt, Carlton's had a few opportunities, hasn't he? Tabor Tecker on the right-hand side's got down the line, played some good balls into the box. The Lights have actually been pretty creative. They've played very well.
There's a big switch from Ingram. Right there for Otang. He takes it off the chest, has an overlap. Otang's cross is blocked. Spills in the middle, long distance effort. And that's blocked, and it feels like Tampa Bay is just slow on the second balls, especially in a defensive midfield area.
Yeah, they do seem to be lacking that urgency, don't they? You see a team come in 9 unbeaten, you expect to see them sharp, you expect to see them confident.
Now Bushu called for the foul against Cal Jennings at the center circle.
I didn't understand why the game had stopped. It was a late whistle from the referee for a foul there.
And Corbin May blew the whistle. And that's a sure foul that time.
Yeah, not half.
That's Bushu. A high leg into the thigh.
Above the knee.
As you like to say, Andrew, it's a sore one.
It is a sore one.
And Jake LaCava back to his feet. He has been productive, 12 goals, 30 appearances with Tampa last year. He's back on loan now from Inter Miami. And scored 1 goal in 6 games with Inter Miami 2 and MLS Next Pro this year. He's been productive with Tampa, 2 goals in only 3 games. Free kick here for Tampa Bay. High line here from Las Vegas. Slightly overhit. And a restart coming for Las Vegas Lights. Leo Diaz has a strong goal kick. We saw the long one earlier this year, earlier this game. Led to the offside call. He's had a good season. He's been under a lot of pressure, a lot of road games. This is only the 5th home game for Las Vegas Lights, but I think the 23-year-old from Argentina has gained some good experience. Header goes central. Cal Jennings in the 14th minute against his former team off the throw-in from Connor Antley, and the tying goal of Timothy Zali, rising to head it. It was saved by Sparrow, and he stabbed in the rebound. First goal for Las Vegas Lights for Timothy Zali. Minimal pressure here on Leo Diaz on a night with the kickoff temperature at 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Easy build here from Ingram. Tempo is slowed down a bit here. 10 minutes to halftime, Andrew.
As you would expect in that heat. You usually see the energy go sap out the legs, and that's just horrible, isn't it?
Excessive heat warning, no hydration break yet though. Or as you like to say, drinks break. You played for Houston Dynamo in these kind of temperatures. What was your first experience like in the heat in the US?
Oh, and it was probably in March, and I thought it was hot, and the summer hadn't even arrived. And I did a sprint against Chicago, and I remember it vividly. It was right in front of Dominic Canilla's bench, and I've hit 10 yards, and I've done this big long sprint, and I've run back up, and I'm overheating already. It's like 2 minutes into the game, and the whole place, the whole bench is just crying, laughing, because they know I'm not going to laugh. And that's what the heat does. Instead of making those runs like Preston's going to have to do, you'll probably see him in the next 10-15 minutes start to just take a touch and make a pass, because you just can't maintain those long bursting 20-yard sprints.
Did Dominic Kinnear say anything to you?
Yeah, he laughed.
He laughed too.
Yeah, and I remember thinking to myself in the heat, looking at the scoreboard, and it was only 20 minutes gone, and I'm sat thinking to myself, there's no way I can do this.
But you did.
Well, fortunately, you get used to it.
Yep. Good build up here from Tampa Bay. Overlap on the right. Deflected shot. Great save from Diaz. That was humming, and it changed direction, and Diaz still kept it out.
It got onto the left foot of Dennis, didn't it? And he opened up, and he was definitely going to take the hit, and he's got a great left foot on him. And yeah, you said it, took that little deflection of Zali, and a really good reflection save from Diaz.
Reflections from Andrew Driver. Corner kick here for the Rowdies. 39th minute. It goes central. It's past everybody. Recovered on that far side. Doherty. Deflected cross. Headed out. And the flag was up. It's a goal kick.
You saw there from the strike from Charlie Dennis, you can see why he's joint top scorer, can't you? What a left foot he has. And he hit that with a bit of venom. Really good save from Diaz.
I beg your pardon, it's a corner kick. It was deflected, but it had not yet crossed the line before the deflection. Corner kick, Tampa Bay Rowdies. Beyond everybody, good tussle at the back post. Now a goal kick to Las Vegas as we enter the 40th minute. Well, he's an example of a player that Tampa Bay has developed, as that's a long goal kick. And look at the goalkeeper, Sparrow, off his line. And he will play, but a play that I would say wasn't a big name across the USL Championship last year. Had a strong season, 4 goals, 34 appearances. Now it's another chance here for Cal Jennings. His shot is blocked and finally cleared. Re-won by the Tampa Bay midfield. I thought of a hit that time for Doherty. Cross from the right is blocked and out for a corner kick. Probably the best 5-minute spell we've seen from Tampa tonight.
Yeah, certainly. The last 5 minutes have just really put a bit more pressure on the Lights, haven't they? The Lights haven't been able to get any possession, haven't been able to get the ball up to Ledesma, and it's kind of waves of attack for the Rowdies right now.
Here it is from Charlie Dennis. At the near post, it's headed out, another corner kick coming. Now Dennis, 4 goals last year. He's already surpassed that with 6 goals and an assist in only 16 games. That's a good delivery. Headed towards the top of the box, settled there by Carlton. Carlton will try and lead the break. Good switching ball, 1v1 here at the back. It's on here for Las Vegas. Entering the box, step over, and it's pushed past the far post. Good counter-attack there for Las Vegas. And there they go, ahead goal.
That's that man Preston again. Every time he gets the ball, the pace and the trickery he has is he can create something from nothing. Really good play from Carlton on the break. The perfect pass into Preston's feet, and this is where he does so well. The little step over and down the line, and he's unfortunate. He's done everything right. Go low and hard across the goalkeeper.
And Preston has been one of the most consistent attacking players for Las Vegas this season. 2 goals and an assist. Tonight's his 9th start, his 13th appearance overall. Back in Las Vegas, he was here in 2019. Had a really good year, 8 goals, 3 assists. Last year with New Mexico United. The first times we've seen full pressure there from Tampa Bay. It leads to a turnover. It's one in midfield. Jake Arman pushes forward. Now the overlap is on this right side. Feint of a cross and pulled out.
You know, the difference in the last few minutes, the Rowdies are getting possession in better areas, aren't they? We've seen them so far having most of their possession in their own half. Now that they're winning the second balls, they're being a bit more aggressive, and you see here in these situations where they're getting possession.
Clip towards the corner, it's knocked down. Diaz off his line to claim. Leo Diaz. 3 penalty saves this season, 2 clean sheets. Overall, 21 goals against in 14 games. Las Vegas with a throw-in. Well, Cal Jennings talking this week. He said we might have control of the game. We might have to grind it out like they did at Loudoun United. And he said if we have to grind it out, it's okay. This might be a grinded out type game for Tampa Bay, if any indication is from this first 45 minutes.
In the US Championship, USL Championship, there's no easy away games, is there? You're very rarely going to go on the road and have an easy game. Everyone's going to be a grind, and we know that at Cashman Field it's more often than not a grinding game. It's a small field, and it's a difficult place to really dominate games. You've seen tonight both teams it's been back and forth of who's been in ascendancy in the game.
Long build up here. Oteng does well, crossing, and the clearance comes from Forrest Lasso. A clever little back heel there to get the ball in play. Stauffer could not get to that diagonal, but an appreciative thumbs up for his teammate.
Yeah, good vision from Ingram, wasn't it? He pinged it out there, just probably a touch too much pace, but good play from Vegas though, getting the ball. The pace of the game slowed down. When it slows down like this, you want to dominate the possession. You want the opposition to have to work hard off the ball, because that can be demoralizing.
Luke Stauffer last 3 seasons with Karl Zeiss Jena in Germany. Here's Carroll, veteran. And Carroll with Memphis 901 last season. Over 60 appearances over the last 3 campaigns with Memphis. It's a bending ball, it's a good one. Just a long touch there from Guillen. It's a throw-in for Las Vegas. Guillen's been ever present the last few years. 4th year with Tampa. 37 appearances last year for Aaron Guillen. 35 the year prior. USL All-League 2nd team for Guillen. 1 minute will be added on here at the end of the first half. Zach Carroll. And it's presented by the Jewelers. Otane, good first touch. He keeps it alive and a shaky back pass. I don't know if that was a back pass or simply a clearance for a corner off the foot of Forrest Lasso.
I think he was in 2 minds, wasn't he? I think he took the safer option eventually. But bizarre little bit of play, wasn't it? Just an easy corner given away from the Rowdies.
Benny Ledesma to take the corner kick, starting in the false 9 role, the lone center forward. Ahead of the likes of Carlton and Ingram. It's presented by Laritos. And glancing header off the chest of Jennings, and that's halftime. Carlton is displeased. He was winding up for a shot, and the whistle goes. Seems a bit harsh.
A bit harsh, and there's question marks on if it was a penalty as well. Jennings, his hands he did hit his hand on the side. They may say his hands were in a natural position, but for me, that was worth a second look.
And it does feel like it's still part of that first phase of the corner to blow the whistle there. I know the rules are changing a little, stoppage time, and it's a little more exact than it used to be, but that's a hard time to call halftime.
Yeah, you want there to be absolutely no danger. When a team's putting a bit of pressure on, you want to just see how the phase of play winds up. But yeah, harsh blow up from the referee there.
Very entertaining first 45 minutes. Third meeting all time between Tampa Bay and Las Vegas. Kyle Jennings scores against his former team in a respectful non-celebration after his 5th goal of the campaign. Canceled out by the first goal for Timothy Zolli, the loanee from New Mexico United. After 45 minutes from Cashman, Las Vegas and Tampa Bay tied at 1.
Friendly Ford says yes to you. Yes! Close by and up the road on North Decatur, just off US 95. Friendly makes it easy with a huge selection of Ford vehicles, including Escape, Explorer, Bronco, F-150, and more. Now with free pickup and delivery for all of your service needs. Friendly Ford, your neighborhood Ford dealership, minutes away from anywhere, delivering you the best in customer satisfaction in sales, service, parts, and body shop.
Friendly Ford, you get more.
This tiny payment thing
is a giant pain.
Hi, ladies.
Alex from US Bank. Can she help?
How about a comprehensive point-of-sale system that can track inventory, manage schedules,
and customize orders?
That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for. What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there?
We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help.
Huge.
Jumbo. Ginormous.
Woo! Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
Soccer, hockey on the field. What do you call that, Andrew?
Soccer.
Soccer, great name. Not the Japanese alcoholic beverage, but this new sport. It's a penalty shot, knuckle puck time from Cashman Field, where it's 1-1 between Las Vegas Lights and Tampa Bay Rowdies. Cal Jennings with his 5th goal of the season, canceled out by Timothy Zolli's 1st of the season. One of our presenting sponsors tonight is Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Let's learn more about the organization.
Cancer has changed over the last 20 years. It's really become a chronic disease, and research plays into it. Our new treatments play into it. We rarely talk about, the end of life anymore. We certainly don't want to mislead any patients, but at the same time, there's so much hope out there, so many developments, so many new drugs out there. Comprehensive has 170 different trials open for our patients to continue their fight in their battle against cancer. For Comprehensive to partner with any sports team like the Lights is important because we want to show the community that we're out there trying to make patients aware, trying to make everyone aware that the importance of cancer screening, prevention, and the multiple treatment options that we have available, including research. And it's an easy way to get the message out. So I think Kid Cancer and promotions like that are so critically important for patients as well as their families. It allows them to normalize their lives, especially going through chemo, immunotherapy. It gives them a way to essentially come out of their bubble. And it's a safe way to do it. It's outside, it's safe, especially during the pandemic. And I think it's so critically important for patients and their families to try and have some normalcy during this battle and to know that they have the support of not just Comprehensive, but the community as well. I think it's also equally as important for Cash and any mascot to come visit our patients, just because they're like amazing people and they provide such boost in morale to the patients. Oh, hey bud, how you doing? How you doing? It makes people smile. I think that's the most important thing. And I think that's the message we want to relay to our patients, that, hey, they're not alone in this fight. We're gonna do everything to try and normalize things for you and to make things better. And mascots are just another way of cheering people up, making people feel good.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Slide this in behind. Now it comes for Valesky. Tries to leave it there for Gleedall. Sam Gleedall. It's a tap in for Christian Valesky. And Monterey Bay are absolutely flying tonight. Bomasoso. Right through the middle, Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez scores! Something out of nothing for the Oakland Roots.
News and notes presented by Security National Mortgage, bringing in the wins. 6 USL teams have gone undefeated 5 or more games. El Paso and Memphis, 12 games straight, and tonight entering play, Pittsburgh and Tampa. Tampa looking for 10 straight, the franchise record, 13 set last year and in 2019. History in the making. 19-year-old Dominic Gasso, first player to sign a pro contract with Detroit City from the USL Academy. It's Detroit City's longest deal ever. It's a 4.5-year commitment.
And that I think that's important. You have to give these young men time to develop, and you need to develop in one place. And to get a 4-year deal is huge. It gives the young man a chance to develop in an area that he's comfortable in.
Coming up, USL on ESPN2. It's the Golden State Showdown. Monterey Bay and Oakland Roots separated by about 80 miles or so. July 15th, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. And now scores from across the championship. San Antonio over Birmingham. Monterey Bay leading down the coast in Orange County. Early second half, Phoenix an early goal against Memphis. And New Mexico leading against El Paso. Here's the upcoming schedule. Over the busy July 4th weekend, Hartford visiting Loudoun United. July 4th, Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay, as well as Las Vegas Lights home as well against New Mexico United. Next weekend, San Antonio at Memphis, Tampa Bay hosting Oakland, El Paso is at Monterey, RGV will welcome Orange County. What do you make of these standings so far, Andrew Driver, beginning in the Western Conference?
It's close at the top in both conferences, isn't it? Sacramento top right now, but you've got El Paso coming up close, and then from San Antonio down, it's very, very tight. Anyone who goes on a run, we've already mentioned 4 teams have gone 10 plus. If you go on one of those runs, you're in the playoffs.
Now Monterey Bay having a good year, 6 points back. Now Frank Gallup's side. It's a good one here. Las Vegas Lights and Tampa Bay tied 1 goal apiece. Cal Jennings, his 5th of the season. It comes against his former team. Timothy Zolli, his first with Las Vegas. More coming up at halftime from Cashman.
Grandpa was a lawyer in Cuba. Dad was one of the first Spanish-speaking lawyers in Nevada. Alex and Orlando grew up with justice in their blood, and they've built De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury on a legacy of fighting and winning for their clients. If you've been hurt, they will stand by you every step of the way, like family, because family would never let you settle for less than you deserve. De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury. Our family will fight for yours.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
It's time to get back to making memories and enjoying your favorite activities with family and friends. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury slow you down. The therapists at Dignity Health Physical Therapy are here for you. With convenient locations throughout Nevada, Dignity's clinical experts will get you back to life. Go to dignityhealthpt.com to schedule an appointment. Dignity Health Physical Therapy believes movement is medicine and wants to help you experience the power of physical therapy today.
Las Vegas Lights Soccer is presented by Terribles. By Hot 97.5 FM, today's hottest music. By Great Clips, it's gonna be great. And by Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself. Today shop NissanUSA.com. Highlights from this first half. Matt Peterson with Andrew Driver. Tampa Bay beat Las Vegas 6-1 in the regular season last September. Things might be different tonight based on that first half.
That was the complete opposite of what we were expecting, wasn't it? Tampa Bay were under pressure for a lot of the time. You saw their pressing making a run. This was the moment that Tampa Bay, they're a good team, and they took their opportunity. Kyle Jennings, what a finish that was.
His 5th of the season, had 2 last week, and then some warning signs there. This was the cross from Carlton. Zali's initial header saved by Sparrow, but the second effort was there.
Yeah, and at that moment, the Lights were completely on top. They were creating all the chances, and take that away from Tampa Bay. Occasionally had forays forward, but the Lights were very impressive.
Here are the stats. What would you make of those?
I think that describes the first half in numbers. Shots on the Lights, more shots, more possession. I think Tampa Bay will maybe have had a big telling off in the changing room at half time.
And more XG as well for Las Vegas Lights. Now Matt Peterson, the former Houston Dynamo midfielder, Andrew Driver, what are you expecting from each side in the second half?
I'm expecting an improvement from Tampa Bay. I think the manager will give them a rocket at halftime. Their performance was slow and slugged. I think the Lights need to come out and do more of the same. I thought they were very impressive in the first half.
And by rocket, he does not mean birthday present. And we are underway from Cashman Field. Las Vegas is in white. And Las Vegas in the gold kits to honor the Vegas Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champion. And a jersey designed to honor those jerseys worn by the Stanley Cup champs. Dayon Harris has entered off the bench for Neil Collins, replacing Charlie Dennis. So Dennis had his moments, but he is done after 45 minutes. Harris comes on for his 9th appearance, the Ontario, Canada native in his 3rd season with Tampa Bay. Here is the restart. Bounces off the chest of Carlton. Corner kick coming here for Tampa Bay Rowdies. A knockdown, and clearance comes from Carlton. Possibilities here for Las Vegas. It is 3-on-3. Clean challenge. Throw-in coming to Bortataka Preston, who's on the break. That's a good chase down defending.
Yeah, you would have backed to Bortataka Preston in those situations, wouldn't it? It was pace, but I think it was Antley coming back on the right-hand side to make the good challenge.
Good first touch off the bench. Dayon Harris's first touch. He has the overlap. He has found him. Low cross is dealt with well as Antley came on that overlap. Now Antley trying to spin. Carlton nods it away to Manny Ledesma. Well, Dayon Harris, 29 appearances, 5 goals last year. Before that, Real Monarchs. A real open start to this game, and it's fallen inside the box. That was 4-on-5 for Las Vegas.
With the tired legs now, with the heat, you expect to see more mistakes and more space and open, more opportunities, more clear-cut opportunities, because as the game goes on, we'll expect it to just get wider open, the players not wanting to do the defensive duties that they had to do in the first half.
It was 102 degrees at kickoff. It's dropped all of 3 degrees to 99 from Cashman Field.
Oh, well, no excuses now then, is there?
It's double digits, boys. Come on. Let's make some runs. Connor Antley to throw it in. 33 appearances last year. At one time, the USL League One Defender of the Year. Diaz comes out to challenge. A good second effort, but Diaz up to it. And then the whistle is blown here. Not sure what it was blown for, but just to make sure that both players are okay. Timothy Zolli, the goal scorer, I got sandwiched between his goalkeeper and J.J. Williams there.
Yeah, the ball. Do you think the ball went out? It was kind of a strange blow-up from the referee, because Diaz had played a great ball into the path of Ledesma going forward.
Yeah, the other part of it is they're not really involved in the play. The ball is away, and he still blows it.
If it's a head injury, though, then you have to play safe than sorry.
Diaz had that slicing away from him, but on point to Preston. A clear push in the back there. Really no subtlety there from Forrest Lasso.
we saw him in the first half. Within I think it was the 3rd minute, he put one on Ledesma with his elbow, and again this time he's just straight through the back.
This foul could be seen through the forest and the trees.
Well, to be fair, he's just a big, strong defender, and that's what you want your big, strong defenders to do, isn't it? Don't give the opposition a time on the ball.
Here comes Tampa Bay, 5 in the attack. It's fallen back here for Williams. Williams had a quiet night, not many touches, but an extended run here outside the penalty area. Now Las Vegas looking for its first win of the season when conceding the game's first goal. Las Vegas 0-7 when the opponent scores first. That occurred tonight with Kyle Jennings' 14th minute goal. Vegas also looking for their first home win of the season. The lone win came at Phoenix. A good hold of the run there. And a shoulder challenge outside the area. Good work to slow down Eric Oteng.
Yeah, the ball from Preston was to Oteng's feet in that instance. If he'd have played it into the space, it would have given Oteng to use his pace. In the end, he because of that little delay, he had to try and beat 3 men, which is always going to be a difficult task.
Kleeman did well, got his body in front, deflected cross there. Clearance comes from Guillen. A bending ball towards the corner. It's a nice ball, and it's saved. It was Oteng rising up at the back post, and it bounces into the midst of Connor Sparrow.
Yeah, a nice little ball into the back post, wasn't it? And Oteng, not the tallest guy, but he had a real spring there and won the header. And luckily for Sparrow, it was directly at him. But nice little play from Vegas again, creating opportunities. We worried for them tonight with Ledesma being the lone striker if they would create, but Oteng coming on the right, at the left-hand side, and Preston on the right-hand side. They've got 2 fast players in the wide areas, and it's given Carlton the space in at number 10, and they've created more than we remember seeing for a while now.
Offside flag comes up. Good work defensively from Tampa Bay. Expecting the long ball from Leo Diaz. Vegas does not try to build out of the back. They want to play as direct as possible. They want to get it as quickly as they can to the attacking players. All the way back to Sparrow. And we're seeing a deeper position here, closer to midfield from J.J. Williams. We hardly saw him in that first half. He was up high between the center backs. Now he's dropping into midfield.
Yeah, potentially challenged by the manager to find a way getting into the game. We barely mentioned his name, did we, in the first half?
And what it's done is it's made Kyle Jennings basically the central forward as he has crept in behind Williams, occupying that center forward role. Nobody stepping to the ball here for Tampa Bay. Here's the cross, and it comes right through the face of goal. Seemed a little bit too easy there from Las Vegas.
Yeah, and this is what the game's going to be now, though, isn't it? That you don't see those defensive runs in the transition. On a couple of occasions when either team is in attack, the defense seems to be wide open, and I would expect to see that as the game goes on with those. It's a lot more difficult to run back defensively than trying to score a goal. This time a bit disappointed in Preston's delivery into the box. I think he could have maybe hung one up to the back to Oteng, just because his delivery's been outstanding all night. Just this time maybe lift your head a little bit and delay it and just mix it up a little bit.
Headed backward. Here comes Connor Sparrow. Last year's with Miami. Before that, Real Salt Lake, Real Monarchs. And Chicago and Nashville. 29-year-old from St. Louis. A good takedown there from Oteng, but good defending. He lost the initial battle, but he stuck with it. Freddie Kleeman, an important win there.
Oh, it was really good from Boucher, though, wasn't it? They found that pass, but it was a nice turn in midfield. He used his strength and found the ball for Oteng. Like, it was a perfect diagonal.
Whistle comes. He has certainly brought energy off the bench. The halftime substitute, Dayon Harris, 25-year-old Canadian, has been kind of flying through midfield. The yellow card is shown here to Matrano. Alejandro Matrano, the 25-year-old Venezuelan. Looks like after the fact, he comes in late.
Yeah, it's as clear a yellow card as you'll get, that, isn't it? Real nice play from Harris, a little cheeky nutmeg, and a bit of turn of pace to run into the midfield, and Matrano obviously saw there was danger and just wanted to bring it to an end.
Matrano came up in the New York Cosmos Academy before going to the Czech Republic and Slovakia, before his native Venezuela, and now to Las Vegas Lions. Kleeman.
Matrano's journey is not exactly one you can predict, is it? But Venezuela, Slovakia, New York Cosmos.
Yep. And finally, Las Vegas Lights in the USL Championship. Good sportsmanship there between Zali and Williams. Zali, the goal scorer, his first of the season. Williams already has 6 this year at his debut season with Tampa Bay. Had a hat trick against Detroit City in mid-May. Good work there from Carlton, buzzing around in the midfield. Long switch, Oteng, first time.
Carlton's been good, isn't he, in the hole? I think he's been a little bit wasted out on the left-hand side. The game just, he doesn't get involved, but tonight he's found some really nice little pockets of space. He's turned, he's had a couple of shots, some of them not as good as you would have expected with a man of his quality, but it's bode well for the Lights, getting him on the ball and getting him into that little area, and definitely the best I've seen him play this season.
He has to be feeling some frustration. Last year with San Diego, 1 goal, 27 appearances. Tonight, his 16th appearance, his 14th start, yet to score. It's not all about goals and assists, but you're a former attacking player. At some point, you want to see the ball hit the back of the net.
Yeah, you always say it's not all about goals and assists until it really is about goals and assists. At the end of the day, this is what you get evaluated on.
There's ties in soccer. They just tie.
But we've seen the signs of Carlton. He's looked good in flashes, but he's not had that game where he's really put his influence. But I think tonight's the night where he's just getting those little areas. He's got a few shots on goal. He's created a little bit, so he's hopefully going to build with confidence in this. And that's what it takes sometimes a player, a little bit of a change, a little bit of a different look.
I think one surprise for me is just the Tampa Bay attack. They can score goals to the best of them. 4 total shots tonight as we approach the hour mark.
Yep. Yes.
Antley will push forward, picks his head up, wants the long diagonal.
Yeah, you go into the Rowdies, they've not really threatened, have they? We've been so used to Jennings over the years, coming in short, turning, using his pace to run at defenders. I can't recall once tonight him doing that. Other than the goal and potentially one over time, the Rowdies haven't really got behind this Lights defence.
As you have pointed out, Andrew, their best attack at times has been a long throw-in, and not the conventional long throw-in where you're going to run in horizontally. It's simply just thrown in behind the back line, and Vegas have been a bit slow to react. Harris pulls it back. Harris wins it back for Moteng. Tampa Bay decided to probe here.
This is where a lot of the Rowdies' possession has been, hasn't it? In not dangerous areas. And you see the passes, they're a little bit pedestrian, they're not with force. If you want to play possession, you want to see a bit of a zip in the passes and really move the defence around.
Harris could not quite settle it. Third year with Tampa Bay, comes off the bench tonight for his 9th appearance. Well, they're back to Zali, the goal scorer. If I had to define the Las Vegas attack, most common style, it's that long diagonal from a right back to a left winger and vice versa.
Yeah, the long diagonal into those wide areas where you've got the pace of Preston, you've got the pace of Oteng. And tonight it's paid off pretty well, hasn't it? The Lights, though, you talk about them being direct, they've had more possession.
Yeah, they have 51% possession so far. About exact amount of passes as Tampa Bay. Both teams around 220. And passing accuracy, Vegas have actually been better. So it's been a good night of soccer for Las Vegas Lights. We've had more passes in the final third. Again, this is a team where you look at the numbers, you'll see a lot of final third entries, but a lot of those entries don't lead to a chance because they're cleared by the opposing defense. But there's a good ball, cutting out a few defenders. And they've gotten these wingers isolated time and again. This time it's Preston across the face of goal, and it's palmed away by Connor Sparrow.
He's just a defender's nightmare, Preston, isn't he? He's just consistent. He just runs at you all day. He's got great skill. And his final delivery, although he's not got an assist out of it tonight, his final delivery, more often than not, it's into the good area. He doesn't find his man too often, but he's putting him with pace. He's putting him into the area. He is a threat.
Here's Manny Ledesma, has taken every Jarrito's corner kick tonight for Las Vegas. 7th corner kick of the night for Las Vegas. Each team has 7. Slightly too high. And closest to there is Zach Carroll. Been a night of duels won for Las Vegas. They won 58% of the duels. What would you suspect Neil Collins is talking about with his staff?
I'm not sure. I think he'd maybe be running out of ideas right now. It may be time to make a substitution, get some fresh legs on there, because what's happened so far hasn't worked out. But he will also know that he's got an abundance of quality in there, that this team could easily find a way of winning the game.
Antley pushes forward, earns a throw-in. We're going to have a change for Las Vegas. Looks like Pato Faz is coming on. Pato Boteo Foz, the Monterey native. He has 2 goals to his name in his first year with Las Vegas. It's his 16th appearance of the year. 11 as a starter, now 5 off the bench. No Cubo Torres available tonight for Las Vegas Light, so Foz replaces Ledesma. How would you rate the shift of Manuel Ledesma?
I played that false 9, didn't he? I thought he did pretty well. I wasn't expecting much from the Lights attacking because of it, but he's obviously great in set pieces, but you were never going to get long bursting runs down the line from him. So for playing the position, I think he did well, and obviously the Lights team has looked as good tonight as they have all season. Long throw-in headed out. First time we've really seen that tonight from Tampa Bay, a long horizontal throw-in. Long wind-up. Here is Antley crossing. It's off the head of Jennings, who tried to flick it onto a teammate. Here comes a throw-in on the far side for Las Vegas. Foz, 13 goals in 41 appearances in the last 2 seasons at Detroit City. Stoffer will throw it in. He grew up in Michigan, went to Creighton University. Stoffer, beg your pardon, from Owensboro, Kentucky. It's been a bright spot for Cedro Sanchez. You see Guillen talking with Pato Foz, the 2 Mexicans there sharing a laugh.
So I'm confused too. I don't know what's going on. Stop.
Corbin May having a word. Speaking with J.J. Williams. Little smirk there from Bushiu.
I'm confused, honestly.
No guesses for me on that. If you don't guess, you're not wrong.
Good philosophy in life, yes. That, isn't it?
It's a yes or no question, though. You have a 50-50 chance. I still don't want to guess. 66th minute. Las Vegas and Tampa Bay tied at 1. Here comes Oteng on the overlap. First time delivery. And just enough of a touch there. Oteng and Preston, they have been the danger man. Really, this quintessential false 9 style of play here from Las Vegas. You have Ledesma just kind of occupying center backs, and the wingers have been where Vegas have tried to attack.
Yeah, and traditional wingers as well. Both of them wanting to get to the byline, both of them using their pace to be direct. And they've put plenty of balls into the box.
Good first touch from Oteng. He has a run from Pato Foz. So now less of a false 9, more of a traditional number 9 with Foz in there for Ledesma. He wants to get behind the center backs on the end of these crosses. There's the cross, and it's headed clear by Connor Antley.
Well, he will bring more of a number 9 target man, won't he? And he'll give more of a target for those wide players when they get the ball. They can potentially look at whipping the crosses in a little bit sooner now that you have the big man up there.
Preston knocks it down. There's Cal Jennings, first touch towards the corner. And a deep throw-in coming for Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are now past midnight on the East Coast. A shout out to all those watching, Tampa Bay Rowdies supporters staying up late on this July 4th weekend. USL Championship after dark. Looking for a winner from Cal Jennings. But Vegas looking for its first home win of the season. They're in the fight. Down 1-0 inside 15 minutes. They fought back. And go from Timothy Zali. And now a long throw incoming. It feels like a corner. Diaz came off his line and an illegal throw is called.
The old leg up, you don't see that often.
Yes. So the old leg up is not a good thing in soccer. It might be in other parts of life. I don't think that was a foul because we saw the clear illegal throw signal given by the referee Corbin May.
And yeah, it was taken from the corner there.
Did you ever have illegal throwing called against you at the professional level?
Yes.
Really?
And it slipped out my hand a couple of times, and it was really embarrassing.
Jennings knocks it down. He'll leave it here for Armin. Vegas wins it back. Here's some space up this right side. Paz making the willing run, trying to stay onside. Here's the early delivery, over hits. Now Preston was excited, trying to find Foz in behind the back line.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on it. But again, really good from Preston. He could, in that situation though, he's made the run. You can slow it down when you get there. You have time. Sometimes you don't need to rush it. Give the time for the midfield and the attacking midfielders to get into the box.
Knocked down, second ball won by Las Vegas. I think it's here for the taking for Las Vegas. This looks like a tired Tampa Bay Rowdies team. Long cross-country travel, third road game in a row. It's 100 degrees. I think this is an opportunity to get the full 3 points at home for Las Vegas.
Yeah, for sure. This is eventually you gotta get over the hump and get that victory, and it's in the games like this you might need to. Cal Jennings on video this week mentioned that they had to bite and scratch sometimes to get victories. Can the Lights do that tonight and to get themselves a victory?
A half chance from distance there, a good hit, sailing past the near upper corner. And here is another change. That's the end of the line for Cal Jennings. Really hard-working effort in his return. 70 minutes and his 5th goal of the season. It is replaced by the Odense, Denmark native Sebastian Dahlgaard.
Jennings obviously scored that wonder strike in the first half, but other than that, I think he'll be disappointed. He never got any service. We never saw the usual athleticism that we see from him, creating things out of nothing. Tonight, a bit of a quiet evening, wasn't it? The Lights did very well to defend against him.
Dahlgaard is an excellent player, 31-year-old. In his 4th year with Tampa Bay, 32 appearances last year, 6 goals. Now 36 appearances the year before. So far this year, he hasn't scored, a bit of a surprise, but he does have 3 assists. Dahlgaard, not an every game starter anymore. He has started half of the 17 games, including tonight. But he is well traveled all over Europe. And here comes the corner kick for Las Vegas Lights. The 8th corner kick tonight, presented by Jaritos. And a booming clearance. All the way back to Leo Diaz, the Las Vegas goalkeeper from Lanús, Argentina.
I don't think Leo Diaz was expecting as quiet a night as he's having tonight before the game. The Rowdies just haven't really created much at all, have they?
Yeah, 6 total shots. They have 13 total touches in the opposing box. It's a team that can really score goals. You look at their last few outings. 4 goals on the road at Loudoun before that, a 1-1 draw, but then 3 goals at home. They put 5 past Detroit the night that J.J. Williams had the hat trick. They went to RGV and won 3-0. Pato Faz. Preston Now Preston went down on the edge of the box, now back to his feet.
He has so much ability, doesn't he? Like, so much ability. When he's running with the ball like that, he's getting step overs. The defenders there, just they couldn't do anything. You've got a guy like Preston running at you. You put a foot in, it's a penalty. And I think I was expecting Preston to win a penalty in that situation because it's so hard to defend.
Good recovery there on the backside. Goal kick is one. And another change. Andres Jimenez Aranzazu will come on. He was a starter early in the season. He has started most of the games this year. Tonight's his 16th total appearance. He replaces Andrew Carlton. What would you make of Carlton's shift tonight?
I thought he was the best I've seen him this season. I thought in that number 10 position, I thought he was really good in the space. He had a couple of opportunities. Maybe his energy went in the second half, but he can be very happy and can get a little bit of confidence from his performance tonight.
Sparrow making his 13th start. He has 4 clean sheets. 9 games unbeaten for Tampa. 7 wins, 2 draws. Hard challenge. Advantage is played. And now they're going to pull it back, give the free kick, and show the yellow card. Free kick coming to Tampa Bay. Yellow card is shown to Jacob Bushu.
Yeah, again, Williams coming a little bit deeper, wasn't it? And his first touch here is great. It breaks the line, and it made Bushu have to make that challenge because it was a good opportunity for the Lights, for the Rowdies, beg my pardon.
Bushu organizing the wall with Preston. And with Foz. Close enough to go for goal or too ambitious?
I'd say ambitious.
I agree.
Dennis is his left foot in the first half. I would give him a better chance, but this is a long distance.
Maybe with the smoke billowing like the first half, you go for it, but no smoke. No smoke screen. Here in the 76th minute, free kick for Tampa Bay Rowdies. He's curling it. Zali heads it out for a corner kick.
Yeah, they tried to give the disguise because it's such a difficult position to be in those areas. You don't really have the angle for the cross into the box, so they tried a little bit of deception to try and to free up Lasso, but well defended from the Lights.
Jake Arman, the New Jersey native. Second year with Tampa, he delivers this corner kick. Diaz comes out, runs into a teammate, headed, and a free kick is given. Took a few seconds, but finally given. And free kick to Las Vegas. I will say Las Vegas have defended corners quite well. That's 8 so far for Tampa. They haven't really created a good chance off any of the 8.
No, they have. Diaz has done very well commanding his area. I was going to say I don't think the header made the foul, but he did have his arm on Diaz's shoulder, and I think good decision from the referee.
And now we see Vegas building out of the back. Very rare for them, but look at them go right up the field, right through the midfield of Tampa Bay. So they'll trick up the sleeve of Leo Diaz.
Maybe a team that's grown in confidence a little bit. They've in possession today, they've been very good, and you saw in that situation they do have the ability to play through the midfield if they want to.
53% possession for Las Vegas. I think many did not expect that. It's a very direct team. A savvy play there. Pato Faz just slowed down his run to draw the foul. And a quick restart. Oh, good first touch. Oteng cannot quite get there. Gave him a chance, but good goalkeeping from Connor Sparrow.
Oh, the pass was inch perfect, wasn't it? Oteng took it well, just that little bit ahead of him. But that's what the Vegas have done very well today, haven't it? Those diagonal balls, get the ball to Preston, get the ball to Oteng, and both those wide men have been highly impressive.
Pato Faz commits the foul. Free kick is given. And you see the urgency asked for by Neil Collins.
Well, he expects more, doesn't he? You can see that his frustration all night. He wants it to be fast. He wants them to be quicker in what they're doing. And I mentioned earlier that their passing's been a little bit laboured, and they've not really made Lights think about it, all work hard.
Antley's cross. Some measure to that cross, trying to bend it to the back post. And he's earned a corner kick.
Neil Collins in his career as well will have played a lot in the Championship of England and the Premiership, where it's 100 mile an hour, isn't it? He won't want to see a game where his team's going through the motions.
79th minute corner kick for Tampa Bay Rowdies. There's a scrum of bodies there, and it falls. And it's clipped back in. Nobody there to get on the end of the cross from the halftime substitute, Dayon Harris.
It's good from Harris though, wasn't it? Like, a lot of people would have just hit it into the bodies. He's just tried to clip it back, pull it back to the edge of the box, and he almost found a man arriving late.
All right, here we go, Lights fans. Just under 11 minutes for us to stay behind our team. We ought to remind you, it is going down right after the game. Hosting fireworks extravaganza. We want to make sure we get the W tonight, so we'll be celebrating with fireworks. Make sure
The game slowed down a little bit with silly fouls and free kicks all of a sudden, hasn't it?
Yellow card to the halftime, or the second half substitute, Andres Jimenez Aranzazu of Las Vegas Lights.
Again, Williams coming deeper, trying to get on the ball, and it's a foul. I'm not sure it's a yellow card, especially if it's a man that's only been on 10-15 minutes. He hasn't done a foul as of yet.
30 total crosses for Las Vegas Lights tonight, Andrew. Their season average is 18, so they are doing that traditional wide play you spoke about.
And it's worked, hasn't it? Honestly, this is by far the best performance, probably against the best team they've played this season. They've got the ball wide, and then the reaction of that is Carlton found space in the number 10 position, and then they've just created a lot more than we're used to seeing.
Bending ball there does not come off. From Dayon Harris. Originally a draft pick of Real Salt Lake. Harris now in his third season with Tampa Bay Rowdies. Now Diaz trying to manage the game here. What do you make of this? As the supporters trying to provide the extra zest for the home side. But normally we're used to seeing Diaz go quickly. What do you think of him taking the sting out of the game here?
I think the Lights have done it quite often today, haven't they? They've taken the time on free kicks and set pieces and such.
Central header, it's on, and a good save from Sparrow. Oteng clips it back, knocked down by Preston. Pato Faz back to goal. Waits for support. And Bushtu keeps it alive. That's good passing here from Las Vegas. Pato Faz helping on to Bortataka Preston. Off to the right, corner kick coming for Las Vegas.
Well, the chance for Oteng kind of caught us by surprise, didn't it? It was just a big long ball, and it's fallen to him nicely, and you just get the impression he didn't believe in himself. He's hit it straight at the goalkeeper, but here, that's where Root Wong does do well. The long ball up to the box, second ball, Oteng nearly scoring.
Justin Ingram will take this. 1 goal, 1 assist in 12 appearances this season. Last year with Indy 11, 30 appearances. Now in his second pro season. Ingram's delivery towards the spot. That's going to be out for another corner. Unless that should have never been taken, or maybe it last was touched by Tampa Bay. Glancing on its way out.
You did see Zali really does attack these corner kicks with at pace. You see in this situation a good ball again from Ingram, and Sally recklessly flying in there. But that's exactly what you want to see from your centre-halves. He's already scored a goal tonight. Fancied himself for a second there.
Yeah, a lot of time to get up for Forrest Lasso after he took the shot. Corner kick coming again from Justin England, played at University of Virginia and Loyola Maryland. First time hit through traffic. Another effort, deflected and saved by Sparrow. Sparrow rolls it out. Kleeman builds out of the back. Diaz read it well again. He steps in front of Jake LaCava, who's had a quiet night. I mean, the entire Tampa Bay team, we don't want to be harsh, has been quiet. 6 total shots from this team. Rarely really surprised, even in a road game.
I don't think it's being harsh. They've set their standards for the season, haven't they? And uncharacteristically for tonight, they've just been very quiet. And when you have 3 or 4 players that just aren't at the best, it's very difficult for the team to perform. And I think that may be the case for tonight. As the game goes on, it definitely seems the more likely team is going to be the Lights.
Throw-in taken quickly by Otang. Jimenez on Nzazu. And a double change coming here for Neil Collins. Jan Ekra, the veteran in his 4th season with Tampa. He comes on for Jake Arman. And another veteran, Lucky Nkosana, the 34 native of Zimbabwe. In his 5th season with Tampa Bay. He comes on. Nkosana enters for Jake LaCava. Williams, what a hit! J.J. Williams out of nowhere. A stunner has given Tampa Bay the lead in Vegas.
Stunner isn't the word. That's better than a stunner. It's an absolute strike from Williams, and he's come deeper in the second half to get the ball. He's been fairly quiet all game, but this is the quality he has. He turned, opened his body, he had one thing on his mind, and he's just hit it absolutely perfect. Absolutely nothing Leo Diaz can do. He knows where the goal is, and he's just spanked that right into the corner of the net. What a goal.
His 7th of the season. A very quiet first half. He kind of grew in the game in more of a midfield role, dropping into midfield. And that time, he just had to go.
That's exactly, but he's found a way to get himself into the game, hasn't he? And that's what you say. Tampa Bay, we just said not 5 minutes ago that they'll be bitterly disappointed with the performance. But when you have the quality they have, they've come away with 2 top-class goals. Jennings' goal in the first half was brilliant, and that one was even better. And you've managed to come away, well, not yet, but you're ahead with 5 minutes to go.
He had 12 last season between Tulsa and Phoenix. He's up to 7 already this season. And scored a lot of goals in the USL Championship over his career. And that was a beauty.
I'm guessing there's not many as good as that. And that's just an absolute body blow for the Lights, isn't it? They've performed so well tonight. You maybe start to see those little green shoots. You think, hey, the team's coming together, and then you get hit with a strike like that, and those Lights players must just be thinking to themselves, what do we have to do?
Just the 3rd shot on target tonight, the 2nd in the back of the net. Yeah, good win from Ingram. And again, expected goals, not your favorite statistic, but worth mentioning here. Expected goals has Vegas at 1.83, Tampa Bay 0.48. So they've made the most of the half chances they've had for both Jennings and J.J. Williams.
Oh, absolutely they have. But it's two quality players, isn't it? And the thing is, Leo Diaz had absolutely no opportunity to save either of them.
Danny Rios, loanee from Houston Dynamo and MLS, on for Jacob Bushiu, and then Azriel Gonzalez will enter as well for Oteng. And Gonzalez is in, Danny Rios as well. Homegrown player, signed with the Dynamo in 2020. Yet to find a large role so far this season with Las Vegas Lions. Now, Antley somehow has 2 assists tonight. I say somehow because, you know, neither goal you're going to remember for the assist, but he has 2 to his name.
They all count though, right?
Yes.
They all count.
Now, the first was the long throw-in that really, it was the prowess of Kyle Jennings making something out of nothing, and then a wonderful effort from J.J. Williams. Tampa Bay in position to go 10 unbeaten. Already 7 wins and 2 draws in their last 9. They hang on here, it will be 10 without defeats. A well-timed run here for Lucky. Lucky pulls it back.
And that's the thing, this is what good teams do, isn't it? Teams that go 10 unbeaten, they'll have an off night, but somehow find a way. And that's the sign of a team that has an opportunity to go and win championships.
In many ways, a happy return to Vegas potentially for Tampa Bay. They were here in the fall of 2021. They won. They clinched the regular season title and the opportunity to host the MLS or the USL Championship final, which they ended up hosting and losing to Orange County. But it was kind of an interesting quote. We saw it from Cal Jennings, and to be fair, he was on the wrong end of many of those games where the other team grinded out a result. 4 minutes will be added on. Many of the times over the years, Vegas were on top of teams, would not have a good second half. They would lose a game by a 2-1 score. And he probably saw a lot of veteran teams come to Vegas, like Tampa Bay is, find a way to hang around and then get that winning goal.
Yeah, and it's happened again tonight, hasn't it? And that's what experience brings. When you have a very experienced team, they just know the flow of a game, how to manage it, and Tampa Ray have had to come and do that today. They've been under pressure a lot. I don't think anyone in their team will say it's their best performance of the season, but as it stands right now, it looks like a priceless 3 points.
Jennings in the 14th minute, J.J. Williams in the 86th. Antley with 2 assists, yellow card is shown here. It's Zali, the goal scorer. Antley up to 3 assists on the campaign. Another player that's just risen up the charts. Antley originally with South Georgia Tormenta, where he won USL League One Defender of the Year, then at Indy 11, then he joined Tampa Bay. And now he's on a team that's climbing up the table in the Eastern Conference. Zali in the book. And Tampa with the chance to pull even with Pittsburgh and Charleston with the win tonight. It is tight at the top.
With Charleston top with a goal difference of
-1. We had some fun before the broadcast tonight talking about that. Pittsburgh's +10, Tampa's +10. In the West, you have Sacramento with a +20 goal difference. not by how many you win by. And of course, the memorable 7-0 home loss to San Antonio really hurting Charleston's goal difference.
Yeah, it's just, I bet you did not see that many times in history of football, the team top of the league with a negative goal difference.
Charleston has some company now with Pittsburgh and Tampa. Even if this result holds for Tampa Bay Rowdies, and then you have Memphis 3 points back and Louisville 5 points back. Can Vegas find another equalizer? It came from Timothy Zali. He had a strong header saved by Sparrow. He put home the rebound, but running out of time here. Trying to snap a 4-match winless run. Crucial part of the season starting tonight. 7 of 8 games at home during the entire month of July. That shot is saved. And a really good hit, and Sparrow was up to the task.
Well, great hit, wasn't it? And good. The goalkeeper's parried it into the area. Opportunity for the Lights was there. The Rowdies a lucky escape late on.
There's another cross right to Sparrow. And Sparrow's been up to it. A St. Louis native, 29 years of age. In his 13th start. Full time at Cashman Field, 10 games unbeaten for Tampa Bay Rowdies, 8 wins and 2 draws in their last 10, now 3 shy of their franchise record. And they do it with 2 breathtaking goals. The first from Cal Jennings in the 14th minute in his return home. And then J.J. Williams, a stunner from beyond 25 yards, his team leading 7th of the season. That canceled out the tying goal from Timothy Zali. And your thoughts on this one, Andrew Driver?
Yeah, I think the Lights will be bitterly disappointed. I thought it was a very good performance, probably one of their best of the season, and to get a defeat like that is just so disappointing.
Labor's International Man of the Match is Timothy Zali, his first goal for Las Vegas Lights. And it's presented by Labor's International, the hardest working guys in Vegas. Now time for our Save of the Game presented by Nevada Donor Network. Remember, you can save a life at registerme.org. And this was the pop over the bar. This was a beautiful save off a slight deflection.
Oh yeah, it's a world-class save. The deflection off Zali, and that could have taken it away from Diaz, but he had the reactions to just tip it over the bar, but off a real good strike from Dennis.
A real professional effort from a professional outfit in Tampa Bay Rowdies. Jennings and Williams, the goal scorers. The winner comes in the 86th minute. Full time, Tampa Bay 2, Las Vegas 1. We'll wrap it up after this.
While selling me my new car last month at Finley Subaru of Las Vegas. I've always been wary of car salesmen, often with good reason, but you've helped me redefine the stereotypes. You have welcomed me into the Subaru family, and I appreciate you treating me like family rather than a customer. I absolutely love my Subaru. Love, Kylie Carroll.
Maintain the love with complimentary maintenance when you purchase or lease a new Subaru. SubaruLasVegas.com.
Did you know that cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in the United States? Are you ready to kick tobacco out of your life? The Nevada Tobacco Quit Line can help. For free help to quit smoking or vaping, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or send the text QUIT NOW to 333-888. Make living a smoke-free and vape-free life your goal. For me, for you, for everyone, live healthy.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
As a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights, Security National Mortgage Company is looking to help you score your next big goal, buying a house. Our process is simple, with in-house underwriting, processing, and closing, keeping you informed from start to finish. With our Snap Home mobile app, you can look for a home, get financing, and more right from your phone. Together, we can outmatch the competition. Contact us today and let Security National be a part of your home team.
Are you okay to drive?
Perfect record, no one crash.
Yet.
Dude, I've never hit anything.
Yet.
Please, nothing's ever happened to me.
Yet.
No one's ever had a problem with me before.
Yet.
Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by La Bonita Supermarkets, by La Una, and by Cox Earview. Catch replays of the Lights every Saturday at 10 a.m. Fireworks have begun outside Cashman Field to open up this July 4th weekend. Las Vegas home again on Tuesday, the July 4th kickoff at 6 p.m. Full-time highlights of this Tampa Bay Rowdies 2-1 win over Las Vegas. Matt Peterson with the former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver, and a really good, entertaining game despite the result.
Yeah, a game that could have gone either way. This was the moment in the first half. Jennings, just an absolute stunning finish. His usual pacing behind and got the goal. And the equaliser from Zali coming from a great ball into the box from Carlton.
It was the pressure for Las Vegas which led to that chance, and then a really good sliding challenge negated would-be opportunity there from Las Vegas.
And it was Vegas had probably had the most amount of chances in the first half, but they're going in at half-time. There was signs for the Lights that they haven't seen for a while. They created chances. Atengia, this was a great opportunity. Him and Preston on either flank were really outstanding, but this was the moment of the game. JJ Williams, what a strike that is with the left foot.
Here are the full-time stats. Tough for Las Vegas, 17 shots, only 7 for Tampa Bay, but the Rowdies find it back at the net twice.
Yeah, they showed that quality, didn't they? Up against it on the road, they found a way. The Lights, I think, will be delighted with the performance, but what a body blow to lose it so late.
So a tough one, 5 straight defeats for Las Vegas Lights, but they have a short turnaround home on Tuesday to celebrate 4th of July with New Mexico United.
And there was positives there tonight. They have to take that out of the game. They'll be feeling terrible right now. It's so hard to lose a game so late and in the way they did. But the signs were there. They created chances. The 2 wide players were outstanding. Ateng and Preston were brilliant. They created so many opportunities. If they play like that against a lesser opponent, they have a chance of winning games.
All right, chance to turn it around on Tuesday night, beginning this July-heavy home schedule for Las Vegas Lights. I hope you join us again on Tuesday night to celebrate 4th of July, or better yet, inside Cashman Field to watch the Lights seek their first home win of the season. Next up, Tuesday against New Mexico, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, our Nissan drive to the next match. For Andrew Driver and our entire crew, Matt Peterson saying good night. Tampa Bay 2, Las Vegas 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.